Alright, now before we get into Hard Christ and his whole story, I just want to take the time to thank you guys. Alright, this is a sequel to the thank you video. The channel has just experienced immense growth over the last day, 14 subscribers in a day. And also, besides that, we got a lot more artists commenting on the videos too. We got Heartbreaker and Maniac, two of the biggest. Heartbreaker is literally the second biggest guy in the scene. Alright, behind Fried by Fluoride. He's that guy. He's one of the big four. He was featured on New World Order. He's got 200,000 monthly listeners. At this point, he could be doing music as a full-time job and probably be living off fine. Dude, it's actually kind of insane that he knows who I am. I thought when Seth WTF, or Sethless, as I think he's called now, commenting on my video, I thought that was my peak, but no dude, we're getting everyone in the scene to comment on my video for some reason, which, makes me feel good, alright? I'm not a schizophrenic rambling in the corner while everyone tries to ignore me, but they actually like my content. The people I like actually like my content. Alright? But anyways, enough talking about that. We need to get into our topic, Hard Christ. Alright? A legendary incel-core artist. Hold on. Skip this ad. Alright? Back to the Minecraft parkour. Alright? I hope that doesn't end up in the thumbnail. Alright. Hard Christ, one of the legendary incel-core artists, but he's got a pretty kind of shallow catalog, at least from what I've saw. Alright, he may have deleted some songs, but yeah, and anyways, he has somewhat of a shallow catalog, but he's kind of a legend, alright? But let's go through the story, let's go through all his releases, let's go through why he may have disappeared. This is the story of Hard Christ, / what happened to Hard Christ. He uploaded his first songs onto Spotify February 4th of 2019. Now, this is kind of shocking because a lot of incel-core artists, when they're starting off, post their stuff to SoundCloud because, it's a free alternative. Unless you want to get paid, where then you'll have to rake over some money for the premium. But it's a free way to post your music, but apparently, from what I'm looking at, Hard Christ just went straight to Spotify, which, again, he could have deleted some songs before this, but this is the first documented, publicly available post he has made on one of these music websites. So, February 4th, he released demo with 4 songs, and they sound pretty decent, alright? It's clear that he's somewhat new, he may have a little bit of experience, but also they're demos, so yeah, they don't sound the most polished, but he would quickly follow that up only 17 days later with his EP Clown, or may not be Clown, but I know Clown's one of the songs on there, which, still might be my favorite Hard Christ song. That may be a bit of a hot take, but I don't know. Cowboy Joker did a very good music video for that song. I'd recommend checking that out. But yeah, he drops this near the end of February, and it takes him all the way towards November 14th of the same year to post his first track on SoundCloud. Another punk song. This was a cover of Negative XP song. Again, sounds pretty decent. But it would only take him 10 days, alright, big break, and then just frequent uploads to upload his first album to SoundCloud, being now labeled in this playlist called Classic. These are basically 18 tracks with the same kind of picture of what looks to be Jesus Christ with it's like him himself is like a piece of jewelry, and then there's more jewelry around him. It's kind of a strange album cover, but yeah, anyways, this did pretty well on putting him onto the map, and after this, he even got invited to the MK Ultra support group. Now, if you don't know, this was basically a compilation album Negative XP did, who was at the time the biggest artist in the scene. He was put on the first 3 of these, 3 out of 4 of these albums. Now, I did get the official track list from Album of the Year, So I'm taking it they're not the most reliable, but I only saw like tracks from Hard Christ on the first 3 and didn't see any on the 4th. But again, I got them from Album of the Year to cite my source here, so I don't know if that's accurate. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, apparently he was just on the first 4, which was still a pretty big breakthrough. If you were on the MK Ultra support group albums, that was kind of considered a big deal back in the day. But anyways, in 2020, he would probably post what he's pretty much best known for. I believe this was, I want to say April of 2020 maybe. He basically posted SoundCloud songs, alright? This is an album consisting of 21 songs, all from SoundCloud. A few of them being covers, a few of them not being. Now, this contained 2 massive songs on it, with the cover of The Cure's Boys Don't Cry being his biggest song right now, getting the most streams for him, with over 300,000 right now. And the actual most streamed all time being Miscarriage, with over 400,000. These were massive numbers. Even today, these are considered pretty big numbers. But, yeah, he would keep posting until September 10th of 2022, where he'd post what looks to be his last song on SoundCloud, alright? And after that, a day later, on 9/11/2022, he would be featured on CPPC. I already did a review of that whole album, but yeah, he would appear on this, and then we would hear nothing from him. He just kind of faded off of the face of the earth. Now, what happened? Now, I've heard a few different things. Some people just say he disappeared. Some people say he got married, which, if that's true, good for him. Alright? Good for him. I can be happy for someone. He got married. He found his special someone. But if he just disappeared, that's like, that's not very interesting. There was an infamous Neat tweet where he said Negative XP was releasing a new album with Anhero, Uh-Oh Slater, and Hard Christ. Now, if you don't get the joke, basically those 3 had not made music in several years, so it was highly unlikely that this was going to happen. Plus, Negative XP disavowed the whole scene. But that joke aged a little badly, considering both Anhero and Uh-Oh Slater posted music this year. I think most of Uh-Oh Slater's stuff was re-uploads from the SoundCloud days onto Spotify, but I know Anhero at least made 2 original songs this year, and 1 last year. So, those 2 are somewhat accurate, or somewhat active, but it's still accurate about Hard Christ. Where is this guy? But he's managed to kind of leave behind a legacy, even with this kind of shallow catalog of his. He still has 12,000 monthly listeners, which is incredibly impressive, considering it's been 3 years since we've known this guy has been alive. Alright, he might be dead. We don't know. He's been gone for that long. But yeah, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and bye.